Namaste and welcome. Today, we really are going to go on a little bit of a spiritual journey, and we have with us two very special individuals to take us on that journey. We have with us Shefali Kalyani, who is well known in the area. She's a social worker in New Hampshire and Massachusetts. She is an executive director for her nonprofit organization, We Care Charity, which she and her husband founded in 2012 by the grace and blessings of her guru, Sri Avdut Baba Shivanandji. Shefali has been involved with Shiv Yoga since 2010 and has been very active in the organization. She lives, of course, in Salem with her wonderful husband, and she always likes to talk about her golden retriever as well. We have with us Hemant Shah, who is also part of that Shiv Yoga community. He has been doing Shiv Yoga meditation since 2008 and has been actively engaged in increasing awareness of Shiv Yoga in USA and more recently in the greater Boston area. He has helped in creating 5 forums which are part of the Shiv Yoga community. He is, really has been instrumental and giving advice and guidance to all the Shiv Yoga members from the Guru Avdut Shivanandji and Master Ishan Shivanandji on a weekly basis through audio-visual media. He is also volunteering for Indian Circle for Caring as the Director of Community Engagement. In addition, he continues running an electronics industry consortium on a volunteer basis. He is from the Worcester area, and he has been chairman of board of trustees of India Society of Worcester in the past as well. So what a pleasure it is to have you both with us. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is exciting now that actually this community, Boston area, is going to be blessed with the presence of Ishan Shivanandji, who is actually going to bring us an event on the Lalita Rudra Trishati. So could you tell us about this event? When is it? Where is it? And how can people attend the event?
Absolutely. So Lalita Rudra Tishtari is going to be on September 27th. It's a Friday from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It's going to be at the Sai Temple, the Shirdi Sai Temple in Groton. And all are welcome. And, Hemantji will talk more about how you can register and go online and put your name and information and what we need for that.
Fantastic. So now it is an event, but I think it'll be good for somebody, either Shefaliji or Hemantji, to tell our audience what exactly is the Lalita Rudra Trishati. I can see Lalita, Lalita Devi, Shivji, and Trishati, Shata, 100. So I'm assuming there's some 300 there. There is Lalita there, Rudra there. But tell us more about it, either one of you.
So, yes, you have it right. Lalita Rudra Trishtati is a combination of Lalita Devi, which is, Lalita Tripura Sundari, and Rudra, which is Shiva. So it's a male energy of Shiva and a female energy of Shakti together, which is basically Ardhanarishwar that we worship. Mm-hmm. Chanting the Lalita Rudra Trishati brings immense grace, of Ma Lalita and Paratpar Shiva. Mm-hmm. And it's good for good manifestation, good health, happiness, success, prosperity. Another thing with it has also auspicious Sanskrit hymns or stotras that we call. It has the 300 of the most powerful divine mantras of Ma Lalita, Lalita Tripura Sundari. And it has an extension of 15 seed letters, or we call it Panchadashi mantras, each with repeated 20 times and 20 secret names of Ma. And this is very powerful in Sanskrit Vedas, and it is out of Rudra Namakam, which we chant usually when we do Namakam Chamakam for Rudra Abhishek.
Absolutely.
Also, Lalita Rudra Tishtari combines Lalita Tripura Sundari Mas and Rudra to create most powerful of the 300 mantras, like what you just said earlier. 300 mantras that accelerates your spiritual growth, and it cleans, this is most important, cleans your karmic blockages, which most people have and they don't know. And it enables the sadhak who does this performance manifesting on what they would like in their lives. So that's basically the synopsis of what it is that we are trying to achieve.
Perfect.
I just want to add something, that these are Bij mantras. So they are the seed mantras. So they are not long mantras that we are used to, but these are Bij mantras. And they're very powerful together with Lalita and Rudra. Bij mantras combined together into 300 of those.
Wow. So when I think of a Bija mantra, I feel it is more, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's a sound rather than having a meaning, like instead of saying Lalita Devyai Namaha, you will be more like Om Him Cream. Am I correct about that? So
You're absolutely right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. That's exactly what it is.
could you explain to people why that Bija mantra, which is a sound without actually having the rupa, in your mind, how does that impact the way, chanting of that? How is that different than chanting the actual names like we might do in a Lalita Sahasranamam or something like that?
So in each of those Lalita Sahasranamam or Rudra mantras you do, they are made longer. Essentially, the Bij mantras are hidden in those longer versions. And the Bij mantras have a vibration which creates benefits in your body, in your mind, in your soul. So those vibrations of these Bij mantras is what you're after in the longer version. And the reason why longer versions were created is people did not quite understand those individual Bij mantras and they wanted some meaning. Therefore, meaningful mantras were created with the Bij mantras hidden in it.
Beautiful.
But the vibrations of Bij mantra is the essence of all of those namavali that we do, or namakaran we do. The Bij mantras are hidden in them and the sounding of those. So this, just doing the Bij mantras gets you the essence of it without the long time of repeating it, right? So essentially you can do it in 20, 30 minutes and get the benefit of doing the longer versions of it.
And that's interesting to know. So your sadhana, if people pick this up, requires, am I right, a chanting of about 20 to 30 minutes per day that has like immense effect. Am I understanding that correctly?
Right, very true.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is really amazing because I think this is what really explains what a mantra is in my mind. Because I think people always wonder why, chanting will make a difference, and I think it's all about energy, right? Like we are energy pods, that's who we are. And by putting, rearranging the right energy circles, I think your life will become better. Is that the kind of idea that is embedded here? Hemantji, would you say?
Yes, absolutely. This is exactly what it is. The vibrations help you, and chanting those regularly, like Shefali ji said, will remove your karmic blockages that all of us have.
Yeah.
Okay, they are unconscious karmic blockages or karmic blockages from our past lives, if you believe in past lives, but definitely from this life too, right? Because the perceptions we have, the way we see the world is through our karmas, our biases, right?
Yeah.
And our biases can be induced by actions we have done, biases we've grown up with, or with something we inherited, or something we created ourselves, right? But those all together become a sort of a dirty lens, if you will, to look at the world through. And this removes all those karmic blockages and gets you past that.
And I know both of you are very involved in charity, but Shefali, I did not know till now that it was Babaji who inspired you to start this charity. So could you tell us about your meeting with Babaji and how that inspired? So we have chanting, of course, but how is charity kind of important in that process? Because obviously Babaji inspired you.
So Shivyog believes, and Babaji believes, and so does Ishanji, Seva, Sadhana, and Sankirtan. So those three things is equivalent to, Shiv Yoga is much more detailed, but this is to me, Shiv Yoga is Seva, Sadhana, and Sankirtan, and that's what he always talked about. And yes, I did meet him in a shivir right before the shivir in New Jersey. And I saw him, and it was all of a sudden in another place outside the shivir. And he put his hand over my head, and it was for a while. And I closed my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, he was still there with his hand over my head. And he said, "Go do seva." And that was when I actually wanted, I had no inclination of doing anything. I had a full-time job. I was not into that mode. And then I wanted to start to feed people, and my husband joined in, and that's how it all started.
So fantastic. It's always amazing. I think you both are very blessed that you had personal experience with an enlightened soul. And I think that's not an easy thing. Obviously, your karmas were very good for you to be able to get that. So, Hemant, could you tell us more about Shiv Yoga in general and Babaji? And now Ishanji, his son, who has also, I think, popularly known as Ishan Bhaiya, what is he doing to make a difference? So maybe we can start out with understanding what is Shiv Yoga and what the forum is all about.
Right. So, Babaji always likes to say that Shiv Yoga is made up of two words, as we all understand, Shiv and Yoga. In his way of explanation, he says Shiv is infinite and Yoga is merging with infinite. So Shiv Yoga is teachings and a journey from Nar to Narayan, from finite to infinite. That is the essence of Shiv Yoga. This is what the journey is all about.
Mm-hmm.
And Babaji always loves to say that you live life 200%, 100% materialistic and 100% spiritual. When we were growing up, we were all told to not be materialistic or not follow your dreams or goals and so on. And this was the general vibe we used to get getting up. And when Babaji started talking about it, he explained to us that you have to live in the material world and you have to make progress. You have to achieve what you want to achieve. You have to live your dreams. Like Shefali wanted to do seva, you have to do that. And when you do sadhana with it, then you're not attached to the material world or your accomplishments, or you're not stuck with that material world. You go beyond that. And so what he teaches us is to do, give 125% to your work, not 100%, 125% to your work, and also do 100% sadhana. This allows you to spiritually grow faster if you also take care of your material desires and things that you have to do to live in this world.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So that's what
To see
Babaji
that
does.
it's not away from the world, but in the world. It is
Inside the world.
sadhana for how
Exactly.
we live today, right? Yeah. And then I
Yeah.
think love to hear more about Ishanji and how he has taken this
Yeah.
forward.
So Ishanji is Babaji's son, and he started doing meditations and teaching meditations and doing shivers, as we call them, meditation camps from a very early age. Right now, I think if I can recall correctly, he's been doing this for over 14 years or so.
Mhm.
And he's a young person. He's in US, the work he's done since 2019. He is followed the path of a mental health researcher. He's become a professor in a couple of universities, and with expertise in non-pharmaceutical, non-invasive meditative modalities. So what he's done is he's tried to bring the learnings from the rishis and yogis from India, from his father, obviously, into a world where he's detached it from our religion. No mention of our gods or deities and so on. And he's made it a very repeatable modality where people can continue to get the benefits without actually having it tied to a god, a deity, or a path.
Right.
So that's what he's done. What he did is created what is called Yoga of Immortals. So you can see on my screen there, it's an evidence-based mental wellness program. It's clinically proven. So several doctors did research on, thousands of people and documented that results. And it has been proven to improve quality of life, reduce insomnia, stress, anxiety, depression, in addition to a lot of other things. Yeah. And these are published in medical journals as well, the findings. So he's a very charismatic young person. Every shiver we go to, we come back telling everybody that we laughed our heads off because he makes it so much funnier. He he uses funny examples to tell us the message that he wants to give us.
Beautiful.
So he's been doing this for a long time. He's done in a lot of corporate roles. He's done it for hospital, hospice cares. He's training doctors to be resilient. He's training nurses to be resilient. Students, how do you make yourself resilient so that you don't get delayed? You don't get impacted by the stress that you have in your daily life.
Beautiful, beautiful. That is truly, I think, the need of the hour too. I think, especially since COVID, we have been seeing that mental health is certainly something that requires a lot of help, that we need to work on. So more power to Ishanji that he's actually using his energies. I'm sure Ma Lalita is inspiring him. And I think that is truly beautiful. Now, Shefali ji, from your perspective, what does the day for a sadhak, a typical sadhak look like? I mean, I think you are living your life, doing so much work. So how much time do you spend on things, and what is the meditation in this form of, sadhana mean to you?
So my day is early, very early. I do a morning meditation for an hour, and then I do the chanting that is given by Shanji.
Yeah.
I also do chanting that's been given by Babaji.
Oh,
So I have that. That takes about, I would say, about 40 minutes,
yeah.
everything combined. And then my regular diyas and whatnot. And then I do my work, which is we care
Yeah.
and feeding people and all of that. And then at night, it ends with another 1 hour of sadhana.
Wow. So the meditation is that like not using a chanting. So chanting and meditation are two separate things in the sadhana, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
They're two
Um,
separate. Yeah.
and there's a technique of meditation that is
That
recommended
is
through
being
the Shiva.
that's taught by us, and we have diksha for that as well.
Yeah.
So that's what we use and what we do.
Yeah. And Hemant, you have been a very active member creating this forum all around the country. So can you tell us about the Shiv Yoga Forum and what do you do?
Definitely. So Shiv Yoga forums, uh, basically Babaji used to come every other year to US. And obviously he all his life was traveling to different cities to do the shivers and do meditation. And then he said, why should you wait for 2 years or 1 year for me to come back to do meditation with me?
Mm.
Why don't I create a forum, which is a group of people that can get his teachings, his chanting, and his meditation, guided meditation, all through online streaming video. So he created this structure, and every week a forum member gets a program which is an hour and a half long, which includes Guru Stuti, then you have some Sukshma Kriya, some Pran Kriya, a little bit of discourse, like 15, 20 minutes of discourse on a particular topic, and then a guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is packed in. So it is a mini Shivir that you get every week, every Saturday, Sunday on your phone.
Yeah.
So this actually, it used to be in person, but because of COVID, it had to be online. So what they did was instead of stopping that process, they gave it to you on everybody's phone or your computer, right? So every week you are able to do a guided meditation with Babaji. So that's what Shiva Forum is. And what we did was when we first started, we had a forum at India Center in Shrewsbury, and we had about 60, 70 people. And people like Shefali ji used to travel an hour and 15 minutes to come there.
Yeah.
So the thought was, why not we break up our forums and have multiple forums? So now we have 7 forums, 5 in Massachusetts and 2 in New Hampshire. So they are in Andover. Let's see, where are they? Andover, Belmont, Northborough, Revere, Westford, and in New Hampshire we have it in Hooksett and Nashua.
Wow.
And Shefali ji is running the Hooksett forum.
Fantastic. So it's a facilitated group meditation where you work with Babaji's videos and then you work together to accomplish that.
Yeah.
And then you meet, what is it, once a week? Is that what you said?
So once a week, you get it on your phone. Three
Yeah.
times a month, you get it on your phone. So you can do it personally. You don't have to go anywhere. But once a month, we get a special program that
Nice.
Ishanji creates, which is longer than this 2.5 hours. It's called Super Forum. And for that, we meet in person. We rotate amongst the different
Yeah.
forums so that everybody gets a chance to have a super forum near them, right? And it's also an opportunity for us to meet, like Shefali and I don't meet face-to-face person unless we are doing some, food seva in Lowell, or we go to the super forum once a month. So super forums are a new thing introduced to bring people back together. And when you have positive minded people all meeting together, it inspires each other, right? It also gives you a lot of encouragement to stay positive, stay on the path.
Of course, of course. And I heard from you that there is a charge for this forum that we are going to, and can you tell us about that? What will it cost, and what is the funds used for?
Sure. So the fee for this program is $50. If you are a forum member, you get $20 discount. So you get it for $30. So it's either $50 if you're not a forum member. So somebody who's coming in first time will get charged $50. But there are a lot of people who are forum members that have been forum members for many years. They get $20 discount on it. So it's a 50 or 30.
So it's mostly to run the program that you have that just to cover the
Correct. So it's a very small charge, and he's
Yeah.
going to fly in to come
I see.
spend, half a day with us.
I understand. The other thing I heard is Seva. So there is Seva beyond. I know that Shefaliji, you're doing your own Seva, but does the organization also have a Seva program associated?
Organization Shiv Yoga itself doesn't have that program, but it encourages everybody to do it. So what we did, the Shiv Yogis in this area, with guidance from Shefali ji, she leads our Shiv Yoga food drive. We call it Shiv Yoga food drive, but it's run by the Shiv Yogis in Boston area. We do it once a month in Lowell. One month we do it on a Thursday and a weekday, and 1 month we do it on a Saturday. So people who are working can also participate in this food drive. We've been doing it for 4 months now, I think, probably. Yeah, and before COVID,
coming up, yeah.
before COVID, we used to do it in Worcester area.
Yep.
So we helped with what is it, women's
It was a women's shelter.
women's shelter.
And we used to cook and drop off food there. And then during COVID, we made meal bags and dropped off meal bags with sandwiches and whatnot in there.
Fantastic.
So this is what we're doing.
No, this is
all Shefali's guidance. So we don't have as much experience. She lives this every day.
Yes, yes.
So we asked her, give us an opportunity to do this. So Shiv Yogis, like she said, Babaji tells us to do sadhana, seva, and sankirtan. And sadhana, everybody does it at home. Seva is what we needed help with, and she is guiding us on that.
Fantastic. And Sankirtan, I think, do you meet and is it bhajans or it is more just chanting of the mantras?
It's Babaji's has a lot of different kind of bhajans there, and they are all very good. They are very mesmerizing, and you really love it when you sing it with Babaji or follow him. And there are all the other things that we do. And Ishanji is also doing a lot of charity work himself.
Yeah.
So he helps kids in Africa, kids in India. He's doing a lot of work here in the US. So he does a lot of free programs for mental health. So for example, he would do once a month, he'll do a mental health program through the web so that more people can join. And, he will have a 6-week course for doctors or anybody else that wants to join.
Yeah.
So that they can, so he does a lot of charity work that way in US, India, South Africa, Kenya. So a lot of different places.
To add that to one more line is that he also does a lot of work with veterans. He has a lot of help that he has given, and he doesn't charge for any of these things. This is from him, how to cope with the PTSD and how to work around that. So that's something he also does.
So beautiful, so beautiful. So people can go to a website to register for this. Is that how that's going to? Could you give us a little bit of the logistics?
Yes. So the website they can go to is shivyogportal.com.
I'll put the link in our video.
Shivyogportal.com. There they can find Ishanji's events where
Yeah.
he's coming on September 27th. So find that particular event and click on it, and it'll guide you through it.
So no, this is really fantastic. I can't tell you. I mean, it's kind of funny that the past, I think for the past about 4 or 5 months, I've been trying to listen to some pravachan of Durga Saptasati and understanding how that secret mantras actually, it sounds like a story, but it's all about how to reveal the Bija mantras, right? And it is just incredible how, the divine has done. These enlightened sages have put this together. On the face of it, it looks like this story about, Durga and, doing all these, interesting, dramatic events. But really, there is a life transformational,
Absolutely.
message in there. And it's not easy to understand, I could tell. And so it's really, really a blessing that we have Ishanji coming and explaining in person, because I can see it's a very powerful thing, but to understand it is not easy. And so I think Boston area is blessed, and that took to combine it with the Shivarudra as well. I mean, I think this is an opportunity not to be missed. So I hope all our, viewers here who get to see it will make use of this opportunity, so that Ma Tripura Sundari and, Shivji will bless all of us. So thank you both for being such leaders in the community, for your seva, for your sadhana. And of course, I haven't heard your Sankirtan, but I'm sure it's beautiful. So, but you're making music no matter what. So thank you for, bringing this opportunity, and thank you for sharing your thoughts, your journey with us today.
Thank you so
Mangalam
much.
Vishram. Namaste.
Namaste.